Hello and welcome back to Mary's Astrology. I'm here today to talk about the astrological energies and significant events that are going to take place in 2024. What an exciting and pivotal year this is going to be. I am so excited that I'm here to witness it. Life will change to a degree that we will no longer recognize it. This video is going to be a long one, but stay to the end because I don't want you to miss any of the astrological events that's going to happen in 2024. So I'm just going to talk broadly. I'm going to point out some very significant events throughout the year that's going to change life as we know it. Throughout the year, I will be doing more detailed videos on specific astrological events. So this will just be a broad spectrum because there's a lot to get through, guys. 2024 is a pivotal year, and like I said before, it is an awakening for humanity. Now, ask yourself, how do you perceive your life? Are you driven by fear, anxiety, with a negative outlook, perhaps see yourself as a victim? Or are you empowered, excited, and inspired, looking through a lens with love and compassion? More of us will awaken to our truth, whatever that may be for us individually. There are huge advances in artificial intelligence, and you might see someone on the television or in the news media saying something that they didn't say because AI can manipulate words and your mouth to move to those words. So everything, question everything. The other day I saw a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast. I was watching this little snippet of it and I thought, God, he's saying some strange things. And there was one little grammatical error in something that he said. And I realized pretty quickly actually that it was AI emulating his voice and changing everything that he said. I mean, it was but a lot of people will believe that. AI is advancing so fast that we won't be able to see those little corrections. So just if something's a little out of character, don't believe it. Just question everything you hear and see. Because everything can be manipulated now electronically, everything. Anybody can easily put out a false narrative, whatever they want. So I'll just say, just question everything. Now, Jupiter will station direct on December the 31st. This will propel us into the new year with positivity and optimism. I'm recording this right before the Christmas holidays, so I'm already feeling it. And I know a lot of people have already said there's a little shift in their energy. They're feeling a little more lighter, positive, because as a planet slows down, Jupiter's slowing down, ready to go direct. The symbolism of that planet is enhanced and amplified. So we are feeling it already. Now, not only that, on January the 1st, Mercury will station direct also. Uranus will station direct around January the 27th, I think it is, around there. And the week before that, Pluto will move into Aquarius. Now, Uranus rules over Aquarius, so this is major. Now, Pluto will move into Aquarius and stay there for about 9 months with a quick retrograde for a few months, and then back at the end of November for the next 20 years. And that is why, well, one of the reasons why this is such a pivotal year. That means that all planets will be moving direct for a few months. So the pace will pick up. Things will be happening really, really quickly. It'll be a fast-paced energy for the first few months of the year. Aquarius is an air sign, so air signs are very fast-paced. Now, adding to this fast energy is Jupiter. Jupiter will move into Gemini, which is also an air sign. Again, very fast pace. Now, air signs are fast paced, and that means our mind will be very busy, and it can create an anxiety within us. So we need to ground ourselves. There's a lot of air, right? So we need to be grounded. The planet is shifting to a higher frequency, and so we need to match that frequency as much as we possibly can. We need to remind ourselves that we are the domain of our soul, so we can choose a better feeling thought. Remember, what we think, we feel, and therefore we become. Start your day with an intention to love and to tap into the joy of every moment. Remember, Jupiter is about joy. Live in that joy as much as possible. Put music on to change your mood, to make you feel lighter. Do something that makes you feel good. All the eclipses in 2024 will be in Libra and Aries, except for one in September. So look to see where Libra and Aries land in your chart, in which houses, so you can see in which area of life you will be affected by these eclipses, because eclipses bring in change. Let's go back to Pluto moving into Aquarius for 20 years. For some, that will be the rest of their lifetime. This is a massive, significant change. Pluto moving from Capricorn, which is an earth sign. It's heavy, weighted, practical. It's about governments, control, top-heavy government, controlling the masses, rules and regulations, into an air sign, right? Aquarius, which is about the intellect, the thought process, how we perceive things. It's about equality, humanitarianism. It's about fairness, revolution, and community. We can see massive changes in how governments around the world will operate and function. We will witness in 2024 at least the beginning of this change. Most likely we will see more protesting. I mean, we already have. We've already seen more protests globally than we have before. Perhaps maybe in the 60s we did see global protests. But we are seeing more and more. The information spreads so quickly these days. We didn't have the internet back then, so we just had news stations, right? So we had to rely on the television back in the 60s. Well, right now we have the internet, so we have this really fast, we can see live demonstrations on social media, on nearly all platforms, instantaneously. People will unite with like-minded people and stand up for what they believe is fair, whatever that is. Now, if you are compelled to stand up and to fight or to go to protest, it's really important that you do so peacefully. Keep in mind that it only takes 3% of the population to make a change. And make no mistake, those changes are coming. I'm not saying that there won't be challenges. There will. But it's how we react or relate to those changes or challenges that come down the pipe for us. Love, joy, and peace ought to be our primary energies that we tap into when addressing any challenge. Now, this is an era where we need to ask ourselves, before we take action or make a decision, is this for the higher good of everyone, of the collective? I think that governments will be more localized, and it will be more about communities. No more representatives. I'm not saying that's going to happen next year, but it's going to be the beginning of that, where nobody will represent us. We will represent ourselves, and we will make the decisions of where our money goes and what it will be spent on. And it will be more localized, growing our own food, bringing up the standard of our food supply and making it more localized so that we have that control. It's going to be more healthy and more beneficial for everyone. Our financial systems will completely change. I mean, it will go fully digital. Uranus in Taurus is already making that happen. Don't forget, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, all about futuristic technology. I do think there will be some last-ditch effort by governments to centralize digital financial system. However, I don't think they will succeed. Aquarius is all about decentralization. It's all about autonomy. So they will try to centralize it, but I can't see that happening at all. Even how we exchange goods and services will change, and for some it'll be bartering again, exchanging goods for services or vice versa. Back to January. In January, September, October, and part of November, Pluto will be at 29 degrees of Capricorn. That's called the anaretic degree. It's where the shadow side of a sign is in full swing. So there will be last-ditch efforts to control the masses through propaganda, false narratives, fear-based control techniques, censorship. I mean, look at what happened in the UK. People have been arrested for reposting posts that go against the narrative that the government's trying to put forward. I mean, they can try, but we'll be able to see it. We can see it because Pluto exposes corruption. It exposes the lies. It brings up the truth and allows us to clearly see behind the curtain, right? To see the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, the little man. All those lies, deception, and corruption will be exposed. That's what Pluto does. At the 29 degree, there's going to be some exercising of control and power and authority, but this is where Uranus comes in, the revolution. People will stand up and they won't take it. Uranus was discovered in 1881. Pluto was last in Aquarius from 1778 to 1798, and the French Revolution was in 1789. Look, the revolution didn't just happen there. There was a lot of turmoil before that. And so this is what I say about Pluto going into Aquarius. It's not like the change will happen overnight. Some things will happen really fast, but major change will happen during that 20-year time. By the end of 2024, life will have changed. So much so it'll be kind of unrecognizable. Pluto, no matter what sign it's in, by the end of its traverse through a sign, it will have exposed all the corruption. So that's what Pluto does. Pluto exposes corruption. It brings everything up, shining a light on it and exposing all the lies and deception. Whenever Pluto changes signs, there's always a catastrophe. And when Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2008, we had the Wall Street financial crash. And all the corruption and the lies and the deception was discovered in our financial institutions. Aquarius is an air sign ruled by Uranus. It represents the sky, the cosmos, the future, equality, and youth. Capricorn, on the other hand, is ruled by Saturn, the lord of time and karma. He is the old man, restricting you in many ways. Whereas Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, the sky god, operates outside of convention. Uranus is the maverick who is innovative and moves at lightning speed. As a result, we can expect huge advances in technology starting in 2024. Technologies such as artificial intelligence, commercial space travel, medical advances, innovative longevity technologies, and reverse aging, technologies for cleaning the oceans and the planet, anti-gravitational technology. There's already been a maiden flight of a flying car in 2023. The technology will be beyond any recognition just within a few years. quantum leaps in technology will take place in 2024 alone. April will be the most important month of the year, and many astrologers are already talking about it. One of the reasons being is that we have a total solar eclipse on the 8th of April, that it's being called another Great American Eclipse. It is going to be coming across America through Mexico, all the way across, and it will cross a point where the annual solar eclipse that happened in October in 2023, it will cross a spot in Texas. We can expect massive changes in Texas. Something significant will happen in that state. And it can be for quite a while. There are some changes already going on in that state politically, but something will definitely change there. This is a pivotal moment. This also correlates with the Pluto return, don't forget. So this is a very, very significant astronomical event. And it will go right across America. It will also activate the changes 2017 when we had the big solar eclipse that crossed America then. This eclipse happens at 19 degrees of Aries. So again, check to see where Aries lies in your chart. Consult an astrologer on your chart to see how this will impact you. The other huge event happening in April is on the 21st of April, depending on where you are in the world, at 20 to 21 degrees of Taurus. This is quantum leaps in higher consciousness. I mean, Jupiter's all about higher consciousness, ruled by Sagittarius, the arrow pointing up for higher consciousness. And Uranus is all about the sky, higher consciousness, looking to the cosmos. We are getting massive, massive downloads at this time. This is a really incredible energy coming in like never before. Remember, whatever Jupiter touches expands. So, Uranus is about electric, right? We are electrical beings. Listen, I'm so excited about this energy coming in. It's about living with joy, seeing the opportunities, being visionary and exploring strange new worlds. Very Star Trek. It's connecting with the electric universe. It's also seeing how that electricity works within us, how we are vibrations, how we respond to sound. We'll be able to understand electric pulses curing us of diseases. I mean, the technology and the research is already in the public domain. Now, anyone in the past who tried to bring this to the public domain has been blocked by the powers that be. Well, that will no longer happen now. It's going to be readily available to us because our consciousness is being raised, I mean, on a massive scale. How exciting is it that we are here now at this time witnessing this incredible change? We will also understand the negative impact on some frequencies, what they have on us. And that technology is all out there. I put a video out a while ago about frequencies that were coming in. Look, I'm not going to get into that. Some people thought that was a conspiracy theory, but guess what? What's the difference between the truth and a conspiracy theory? About 2 to 3 weeks these days. So don't negate anything anyone says, but also question it too. It's healthy to question it, right? It is. Now in May, Jupiter moves into Gemini. A very different energy from Taurus into Gemini, from Earth again into air. And so, again, fast-paced, right? From Earth, especially Taurus, it's very kind of slow and steady. And moving into Gemini, it's fast-paced. So it's really so much. It's technology again. It's so many interests. What I see happening is more internets, kind of smaller, more social media platforms, smaller. There'll be a bigger choice out there. I think it's going to be more localized. The emphasis will be on about being secure. I think hacking. Listen, I was hacked. First of all, I was hacked on Facebook and they deleted all my pages, my business page, my personal page. I mean, I joined Facebook in 2006. So I had 5,000 friends, that they all went. Then my website was hacked, and I was, recently, it took me a while to get that kind of back on track. I had to change my hosting platform and I had to put in more security. I mean, it's just, that's what people are doing. They're hacking. My website became a Chinese fashion site for a bit there. It's kind of funny if it wasn't tragic. But things like that. So we have to really be aware of our security. And so I think that decentralized and net neutrality will come into play. And because it's Gemini, right, the twins, there's choices. Well, think about it. I mean, Steve Jobs was born with Uranus and Jupiter conjunct. So that's kind of, look, it's about technology and it's about the internet. It's about connecting, right? An expansion on that connection. So it's really fascinating. I'm excited about that too. Now, I will say that that's also about information, right? So that can be overwhelming. When your frequency gets higher, it's like, ooh, it's like electric, it's like you're feeling everything. It's like overwhelming. So we really need to be grounded. Whatever you need to ground yourself, deep breaths, meditation, yoga, some focused physical action, something to make you grounded. I use crystals too to ground myself. You can look up any kind of stones or crystals that will help you ground yourself. It's very important to keep grounded at this time, because we can just fly off. Think of a balloon just carrying you, a hot air balloon, just going up and up and up. So we need to ground ourselves at this time. It's very important. And it's important to choose your frequency too. So that's why I keep saying, tap into love, joy, peace. Love, joy, peace. In June, Jupiter in Gemini will form a really lovely trine, a harmonious beam to Pluto in Aquarius. This is a higher consciousness energy again. This is raising the frequency of the whole planet. So this is also information coming in from the galactic center. This can also feel overwhelming. So because of all this air, we need to ground ourselves in whichever way works for us. Just keep that in mind. So July, Mars and Uranus are conjunct in Taurus. This is an explosive energy. This could mean a natural disaster. It could mean a war. It's explosive. That's what I'll say about that. So we have to see how that will play out. I mean, we've already had a lot of volcanic activity in Iceland. We can expect perhaps more of that around the world. In September, we have the lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's the odd one out of the eclipses, right? And it is conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces. So this is the anaretic degree. Remember, I told you earlier, the 29 degrees is the shadow side of the sign and the planet. The negative aspects of Neptune, or symbolism of Neptune, is corruption, addiction, deception, delusion, dreamlike, seeing something that's not there, not true. Think about Pisces as being the last sign of the zodiac, and Neptune is at the last degree, conjunct this eclipse. This is a very significant eclipse. Now, for some people may feel like this is the end of the world, right? The end of the the end of the sign, the end of the zodiac. It will feel like that for some people who are based in that fear and anxiety and viewing life through that lens of negativity. However, it's not the end of the world. It won't be the end of the world. It will, however, be the end of the world as we know it. When I say that 2024 is a pivotal year for humanity, I mean, I am not exaggerating. Life will never be the same. We will never look at life in the same way. Things will change forever. This is a massive, massive year of change. Embrace this change, right? See the opportunities and see the joy and see that this change is for the better. And that's how it will be for you. This is the beginning of the new earth awakening, as Eckhart Tolle says. This is an ending of the old world order, and we're walking into a new, more equal, gender neutral. Listen, that's what I love about Uranus, right? Think about this. We've had thousands of years of patriarchy, and before that it was thousands of years of matriarchy, and we are now moving into an era of the divine feminine and masculine. We will acknowledge that we are both feminine and masculine, and the norms of society will not impose those structures on us. That's why I'm so excited about these gender neutral youth that's coming up. Yes, I honor your identity. I love you all. I'm so excited that you have the freedom to be who you're meant to be and who you want to be. How wonderful is that? Bless you all. Now, we all know with change comes turbulence. So will it be tumultuous? Yes. Will it be chaotic? Yes. I'm not denying that. And of course, with the change that comes with change, what we need to do is stand in our own authenticity and see life through a lens of joy, love, and compassion and peace. And to recognize the oneness within us. Even though we may be completely different, there's a oneness in us. I have friends with totally different political views, but we meet in the middle and we laugh, and I love them for who they are, not what they believe. And I know that they are innately good. We need to see our similarities and just the love within us. We are all one. I think of us like a lava lamp, right? Where when it's not turned on, when it's not electric, the electric isn't going through, it's one big blob, right? And when it's turned on and the electric comes through, it kind of morphs into separate blobs. So it has the illusion of being separate, but it's not, it's all one. And that's what we are in humanity. This is a long video. I thank you for staying the whole course and listening to it. I love you all, and I wish you a prosperous, happy, abundant, and joyous 2024.